Okay, this is our Math 6A, Unit 3, Test Correction. Number 1, complete the histogram below. I'm going to go ahead and highlight as I read. Complete the histogram below to represent families of various sizes. Remember that data falling on a tick mark, 3, 6, 9, and so forth, goes in the bin to the right of that mark. This is what that means. Looking at these families, we're going to make a histogram to the right. As you're making the histogram, the families that have 0 members or 1 or 2 falls into this bin right here between 0 and 3. But people who had 3 people does not belong in that first bin. They would belong in the second bin. So 3, 4, 5 people who have 3 members in the family, 4 members, 5 members would fall into the next category right here, next bin. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and erase that because I want to color code it so you guys can see it easily. And I'm going to go ahead and start with purple for the first family. 4 is not between 0 and 3. 8, 7. 3 is not between 0 and 3. 3 would belong in the next bin. So Evan's family would be in purple. And looks like no one else. So I'm going to go ahead and erase these numbers and make a make a bar that fits into this bin. Just like so. Okay. Oops, I meant to make it into a square. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. Okay, and it filled it. I'm gonna go ahead and change the color to purple so it matches the circle that I've made. And let me move it just a bit. Okay, here we go. I think that's all right. All right, so next bin should be filled with people who have 3 members in their family, 4 members in their family, and 5 members in the family. Like I said, if they have 6 members in their family, they belong in the next bin over to the right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and find all the families that have 3, 4, 5 people in their family. So Latrice, 1, Byron, 2, and Jackie, and Antonio. So that makes a count of 4. So I'm going to go ahead and make a rectangle. Oops, I think I held it too long. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4 sides and hold it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and move this. Well, fill it with the correct color, which is red. And then move this over to the right just a smidge. Maybe I can enlarge it and cover up that writing. There we go. So there's the second bin filled with 4 members of the family. Okay, that looks a little better. Okay, and then next one the next bin should be people who have 6 people in their family, 7, 8 people in their family. So let me find those people in blue, or let's do green. So that way we can tell the difference between purple and green a lot easily. So 6, I'm looking for numbers 6, 7, and 8 members in their family. 6, here's Sheena. 6 and 8, Ryan, Fu, and James. I believe I found a count of 4. So I'm going to go ahead and put that 4, match it up with the last bar that we just made. And I'm going to change that color to green. There. Okay, so we have 3 bars so far. The 2 in the middle should be equal in height. Many people forgot 6, and to be honest, I almost forgot the 6 too. But don't forget, you have to include 6 and make sure you have all of your data. Okay, so the last one, I'll go ahead and do it in yellow. And it looks like people who have 9 people in the family, 10 or 11 would fall into that bin. And it looks like there's only one person, which is Diamond. So I'm going to go ahead and erase these numbers because it's probably going to show up if I do just one column of yellow there. So there you go. And changing it to yellow. And my histogram should look very symmetrical. 1, 4, 4, and 1. Using this, what range do most families fall in between? And it should be 3 to 9. Most families fall between, I'm going to change the color, most families fall in the range of 3 to 9 members in the family. Unfortunately, no one actually wrote this answer in the form of a sentence, but I need all of you guys to try to get in the habit of writing it into a complete sentence. So I wrote it out into a complete sentence so you have an example of what it should look like. So please take note of the way that I put that into a sentence and keep that in mind when you're writing your answers in the future. Okay? And that's answer B. Do you see any families that are much larger or much smaller than other families? And that's what we call an outlier. That wasn't introduced to you yet, but it will be later this year. So I wanted to mention it right now so that way you keep it in mind, and then next time you hear it, you go, oh, I remember Miss Bian saying outliers. The outliers are the smallest numbers and the largest number that are not within the most common range, which would have been the answer to A. So the families that have much larger family, it would be Diamond. Diamond has a much larger family of 11. And Evan has the smallest, I'm going to just go ahead and put smallest instead of much smaller. Smallest family. Oops, I misspelled family. There we go. Family of 2. And that's it for number 1.